Good evening. Happy Friday. It's Friday night with RV Debs. I hope that I have bunches of friends to come in here and join me tonight. And let's see. Let's see what happens. Let me open up my channel so I can read my comments easier. There. Okay. So it is a little after 6 p.m. Central Time in Texas. Today was gorgeous. We had blue skies. I think it was high 60s. Tomorrow's supposed to get to 71, which is amazing because it's winter. But we are having a mild winter so far, anyway. You never know. You just never know with Texas. It could be mild winter, um, and then the next day, snow or wind and rain and clouds. It's crazy. So, how's everybody today, huh? Who's going to come say hello first? There you are, Scott, my friend devotee. You can relate. It's colder where you are, though, right? It's cold as hell over here. You got to tell people where you're from. We're having a really, it's like amazing, really. I was out, I had to take my, I had like a little, like a kind of a cardigan thing over this, and it was too much. Yeah, I know you're from Neptune, but where do you live? That's funny. Okay, well, you don't have to tell me. Saturn. Hi, Lone Star. Isn't it beautiful today in Texas? Yeah, we've got 60, high 60s today. Hi, Carrie Joe. Upstate New York. That's right. You're near Buffalo. Darn. I'm sorry, Scott. It happens. It's a senior moment. I'm not in control of all my senior moments. Hi, three sheets to the wind. Courage. It got in Albany, New York. Scott says that it did, however, get to 40 today. That's not bad, actually. I don't mind the 40s, the 50s. You know, those are, it's cool. You need a jacket or something, but when it hits in the 20s and the teens, there's almost nothing you can do other than, sit in front of your heater. I don't have central heat. Well, I do have central heat because I have propane, but I don't like using propane. I use a space heater unless it's really cold, and then, of course, I have to use the propane heat. And I'm glad I do have central air conditioning, so most of the time, that's the most necessary thing. Well, today is 2.5 weeks that I've been working a Weight Watcher program, and it seems to be working pretty good, actually. Hello, Laura. Welcome. And I don't know. I got on the scale. I shouldn't get on the scale but once a week because I got on the scale um today, this morning, and I'm not supposed to get on until Monday, but I didn't lose a lot. So, Scotty, hi, Scotty. Yay. So everyone's here. That's good. I'm glad. I'm trying to make this where those little circles, see, there they are. I'll have to almost get down, and for me to raise that up higher, then it might fall. So I'll just kind of stay down here. RuPaul, what about it? I must have missed something. Thank God it's Friday, huh, Scotty? Did you work all week? No, I don't weigh my food. Mm-mm. I don't have to weigh my food. Not a she be high. She said my feet are freezing. Put some socks on. I have socks. I can't go without socks in the winter. Like on Weight Watchers, I mean, if you want to weigh your food, I guess you could. But No, you need to know, of course, you need to know what a cup of something is. So you do have to measure. You don't have to weigh your food, but you do need to measure. Hi, Donna. Good to see you again. But the one thing about Weight Watchers is that you can kind of do any food plan you want because you're picking the categories of food that you want to eat and adding points up. So really almost any diet would fit. The thing about keto wouldn't fit because fruits and vegetables on Weight Watchers are free. They're freebies. You can have an apple and not you don't have to count it. But recently the new thing is well, Kathy and Mark and who else? Lee and Stephanie have been doing it. Lee and Stephanie been doing plant-based, and Lee joined her about a month ago, and he said he feels great and has more energy. And Kathy and Mark are trying to do the same thing. Scott says usually 50 to 60-hour work week. Love my job and love my weekends. I bet you love your weekends when you work hard. Yeah, I could do keto, but it's this is much more healthy for me. I feel like my body's happy, I'm regular, I feel okay, my energy's getting better. It's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. But I'm glad I get to, like last night I sat here and had a half a papaya with lime juice on top, and that was free, so I didn't have to even count it. It's too many hours to work, really. But if you're working toward a goal and you're younger, you could do it. Are you young, Scotty? Hi, in love with health. So the family's changing. I don't even know if we'll be able to have a family night. I mean, we'll have one, but Kathy and Mark are quitting the meat. They even want to get rid of the chickens, which that's fine. I can buy my own eggs. I'll miss the chickens, but yeah, they're giving up meat and anything. They're doing like a vegan diet or plant-based, they say. I have 37 points a day on the green plan. Carrie asked me. Oh, that's a heavy job, Scotty. He works with the memory and dementia care. My mother had dementia, so I know how that is. That's very difficult, especially for family. I think working people that work with dementia people are different than if it's your mom or something. I know. That's what I got. It is a lot, and I only use about 30. Sometimes if I really want to, I can use all of it, but I think I base it on, I guess, I don't know. I'm in love with health says I've been plant-based with some fish for years. You can still eat with groups. I know, Lone Star, right? So the family, not everybody in the family, but Kathy and Mark, Lee and Stephanie, um, Mary, Mama Mary, she's not really doing it, but she's, trying to cut out meat. She still eats eggs and stuff, but yeah, so it's kind of weird. And I saw the show too. There's a show on Netflix. It was called Game Changers. And after watching Game Changers, and now they've been watching other movies too that talk about, that we're not supposed to be eating as much dairy and animal products. But I don't think I can give up chicken. I don't want to give up chicken or shrimp or fish. I can give up red meat. I really am not a huge steak eater but I do like chicken. Well, we've had like Stephanie's been plant-based for a while now. And we all bring stuff to these family dinners. So you bring what you can eat. I love shrimp too. I don't eat it that much, but I want to be able to eat shrimp once in a while. It's not. It's weird though. Not a Shubi. Your says my husband's in the hospital. He now has a colostomy. You know, with the bag, it's going to be hard to know what to cook. Yeah, you know, getting old is not for the lighthearted. I can tell you that. Lone Star says her sister says shrimp is for fishing only. Someone made a comment, and I actually, this person in particular, I wound up blocking them. But they said, why do you read out loud the comments when people can read them for themselves? Do you guys agree with that? Or do you like that I like read out loud a lot of the comments so that, what was that? Something happened to my computer. I mean, I just was kind of curious of what your opinion of that is. But anyway, so I read the comments so that people that are doing the dishes or maybe they're sewing or something, sitting and hanging out listening, can, um, get at least what's happening on both sides of the comments. Twin Sparrow says, yeah, hi, Deb. Yes, read the comments. Then we know what to reply to. Well, thank you. Hi, Twin. Yeah, Devotee says people are stupid. Right. Then Nada Shubi says, then you know who I'm answering to. Hi, Giggle Fishy. Thanks, Lone Star. Okay, so basically read the comments that I can. I can't always read every one of them. Giggle Fishy said, I think it's good that you read the comments. People who watch later will understand what the conversation is about. That's what I was thinking, because a lot of times I'll put somebody's chat on a live stream and I'll be doing stuff. So I don't always get to read everybody's, comments. It does help. Scotty says, no, I love when you read the comments because I have you on the background often. That's what I'm thinking. And some people are never happy. That's right. But anyway, this person was just real negative. They're no longer welcome in my channel. Dame, how you doing, darling? She says my son found eating rice every night helped him to control how often he would have to go to the bathroom, so it would not be constant. I've not heard that one before. I don't know about that. Gigglefish, she said, it's funny for all of us who are usually in live chat. I've never heard anyone complain about it, and we're the ones who are typing. Right. Well, and I don't type that well personally. When I'm trying to chat like that, it's hard. So, but anyway, yeah, no one needs to be negative, right? Well, anyway, I just thought I'd tell you that and share that with you because that's I was thinking maybe let me ask and see what people think. Oh, you're talking to Nada Shubi. She says her husband, her son found eating rice helps to control his how often he has to go to the bathroom. That's maybe a very good tip. Thank you, Doreen. She said it's a live stream. It's your live stream and do what you want to do your way. I just kind of think it's okay to repeat some of them because sometimes we're not like listening or someone's listening in the background and they do get a little bit more of what's going on. Nada Shibi says she's watching Andy Griffith. Is that Andy Griffith? The Andy Griffith Show. Well, I think the keto diet works for some people really well. It really does. It just didn't really suit me because of constipation. Honestly, to be blunt, I was not doing the right way. I was dirty keto, I guess. Yes, Giggle Fishy, thank you, by the way, for sending me that. And I Googled it myself. It's interesting. I don't really know if if I was the one or not, but it certainly sounds like that. That was the song. See, hey, I remember. Okay, I'm going to read this one out loud because somebody might be interested. In Love with Health, she says to Carrie Joe, keto looks good at first, but for the long run, very damaging. Cyrus Kambata runs Mastering Diabetes and has some TED Talks and explains it well. Well, Kathy has terrible diabetes and she has to do insulin and everything. And she's like on this new plant-based diet. She just started, of course, her husband. But that's a lot of carbs, isn't it? The beans and rice and I don't know. I don't know. I hope it's okay for her. There you go. Carrie says, I like you reading out comments. Other channels sometimes never seem to, and I feel like they don't care to hear what I have to say. Sometimes, you could be on a live stream and not get everybody's comments, but I try to like talk to my friends, like talk. I'm not talking at you. I don't have a whole spiel to tell you. I'm talking with you. In Love with Health says everyone I have ever known who lost weight on Atkins style, which is keto, the new buzz term for it, gains it back and more. Lone Star says about Kathy, she would have to balance her carbs. She says she is, and I'm hoping so. In Love with Health says carbs are not the problem. Fat is for diabetes. Send her to Mastering Diabetes website and Facebook group. My doctor told me that I'm curing mine and won't be diabetic. Well, aren't you plant-based in Love with Health? Right. I can't always catch everything, but Kegel says, but you know what? In Love with Health, I don't think it's necessarily the diet that does that. It's hard to keep weight off. Yeah, we have all done that where you lose 20 pounds and then 6 months later you've found 24 pounds, 26 pounds. Are you talking to me, Dame? I'm not sure. Can you look back up to my name? I missed getting to tell you. Giggle Fishy, that's really amazing. She said I lost 100 pounds counting calories using my Fitness Pal. I lost weight through Weight Watchers. It is so easy for weight to creep back on. Well, that's true because then you start taking back all the goodies and stuff. Lone Star says, I think actually it is the amount, smaller amounts of food works for me. That's what I'm learning to do, smaller amounts of food. I think we all have not a Shuby. We've all lost and gained. If you have a little bit of a weight issue in your life, which my whole family did. I mean, I remember dieting when I was like 7, and I wasn't fat. Was talking about my necklace. Uh-oh. So I have to like go all the way back to when you first came in. I'm sorry if I missed it. So say it again, Dame, please. The struggle is real. That's right. And it is a struggle. I mean, today I was kind of feeling not that the food was maybe was the problem today. It's in here a lot. Like I wanted to go to the park again, but there's a part of me that talks myself out of it. And I say to myself, well, if I don't take the dogs to the park and they love to go, then I'm not being nice to them. But then I could do a walking stick and I could have you guys with me. If I have the dogs with me, first of all, I have 2 hands, one for this leash, one for this leash, because, I give them the retractable thing. So I just talk myself out of long walks. Plus, I think, Well, maybe they're going to want to run across the street by themselves to the park. So I'm the worst that way. Aw, Rosie, hello. Getting fat is not from casual snacking. It's a habit of constantly cramming food in your mouth. Yeah, but when you grow up as a chubby child and then a heavier, that's how you're raised. All your emotions are about food, and to relearn it all over. It's a challenge. It is. People that aren't heavy don't understand it. Um, but that's okay because you're lucky you don't have to understand it. Let me go back here and see what I missed. Doreen says, I'm not on any weight loss program, but I have cut out sugar, drinking pop, and a lot of junk food. And I've noticed that I am smaller around than I used to be. Well, that's good. That's excellent. Um, in Love with Health says best info I have read is Dr. Brooke Goldner. You need to look her up and watch her videos. It'll change your life. And I gave my husband several extra months with cancer. Lone Star said I found that no sugar helps me a lot, so I drink my coffee with stevia. Oh, I do that too now. Okay, and Dame the First was telling me that she loved the little gold rosebuds. Okay, on your necklace. Thanks. I'm a little far behind here on it. I know I can't read all of them. That's for sure. Gigglefishy said, I like the explanation that it's evolution that we need to put on weight to survive the winter months. I'm joining the Cro-Magnon folks in bulking up to survive winter. Oh man, I tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not feeling hungry and I haven't gotten into any sugar, but the snacks that I bought from Weight Watchers, they're like little candy bars. They're 2 points. I'll be glad when they're gone. I'm not going to get any of those. Hi, Shariana. Good to see you, darling. Nice to see you. We're talking about basically, I think that it's because what I'm going through too. We're talking about, health and what's best for yourself, really. Why? Why? Why what? I get lost easy. I really do, Lone Star. But anyway, I'm trying to just talk myself out of it. And like so I did walk. I did walk today, but I let the dogs be free behind, the house here and we walked back and forth and I did video it. Hi, Emily. Yeah, we're just talking weight and good food. I know it's real easy for someone who's slim and maybe never even really thought about it because they're not compulsive overeaters. But it's like that's what happens. And Weight Watchers, at least I'm thinking about food in real healthy portions, and it's nice. I like it a lot. Gigglefishy said, when you are aware of how many calories it takes to put on 1 pound, and you know how many calories you are eating each day, you can really gauge what foods are worth your calories. I wonder why Weight Watchers doesn't really count calories. Shariana said, I was a fat kid in an abusive household. I turned to junk food, not even bigger, tried every diet there was out there. Yeah, it's really tough too when you take, I know I'm not that much of a junk food, although I get into it when I'm off. But I do like sugar, and man, I'll do anything if I want sugar. In Love with Health says Weight Watchers always worked for me because of the balance. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a balance when I keep my program and I'm writing everything down in my app, and it does help. Well, spit, yeah, twin. The reason I'll be glad that they're gone when they're gone is because they're too sugary and sweet. I mean, what you'll see, the snack bars are delicious, and when you're a compulsive sugar eater, it makes I just think about them. Like I think about them if they're there, and I want another one, and they're only 2 points, and I get a lot of points. Right, Emily says Weight Watchers is all about food education and behavior modification, and they're not into calorie counting, but they do have some sort of thing to tell how much each food is worth, points wise. I haven't figured it out. Well, that's true. Gigglefish said, I think Weight Watcher does count calories. They count them and then tell you what foods to eat each day to lose weight. Well, not really. They don't tell you what foods to eat. No, they don't. They tell you to look at how many points they're worth. And if you've got 25 points and you can eat a meal for 10 points and then one for 8 points and the next one for 8 points, you're okay. But if, I don't know. I get a lot of points. Too many. Shariana says she's doing her own thing with intermittent fasting and low carbs. I find when I say I'm doing my own thing that nothing ever gets done. That's why I joined Weight Watchers, so that I have some sort of responsibility to write down my food and to be responsible to weigh myself once a week. But that's me. Diego Fishy said I've used my Fitness Path free program. You can see every macronutrient that you're eating and can change that so that you can lower your sodium milligrams. When it gets into that stuff, I don't really want to know all that stuff. I know. It's too much when you start counting milliliters and milligrams. Lightning, lightning will I am Robin. Hello. Drinking water is real important. I have to drink more water. I force myself. I don't understand how In Love with Health says that aspartame is the worst thing and that it can make you gain weight. I don't get that. How can it cause weight gain? I eat much more vegetables and fruit on Weight Watchers than I ever ate on any other diet. That's a good idea. In Love with Health, she says switch to sparkling water, add vanilla and stevia, and it's like cream soda. Shariana said when you first start the lick hard thing, you the lick hard thing. You eat until you feel full. Okay, let me back it up. Trying to read it. Sorry. You go portions become smaller. You don't even think about it. But I eat cheeseburgers. I eat chicken tenders. No sugar. Hey, Scotty, enjoy the movie. Thank you. It tricks your body. Oh, okay. Let me get the answer to that question. Chocolate caramel is so good, Twin Sparrow. That's what I. They're done. Gigglefish says she counts those things because it enables her, along with the weight loss, to go all off blood pressure drugs and cholesterol. I'm not on any of those. Well, I am. I have actually. I'm on a blood pressure medicine for years, but it's for. I have. Have you ever heard of PVCs, where your heart is irregular, and you get a um, beta blocker? Anyway, but I don't. They want to give you the cholesterol stuff, and I say no, thank you. Doctors and I are not too good together. Shariana said they say that aspartame causes cancer. I know, but so does everything else. Yeah, a lot of things are really bad for us. We've been snowed. We've been sold a bill of goods. We have been bamboozled by the United States government or whatever forever, forever, just telling us what we should do and eat and drink and smoke. And then they always find out it's not so good. Shariana, that's great. She says since she's lost weight, she's come off blood pressure medicine. I don't know. I drink Diet Coke, but I only drink like one. If I have them, I'll drink one with dinner. But if I don't have them, then I've got sparkling um, flavored stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. It's hard to read them all, so I can't read them all. Lightning Wilson, water is good at bedtime in morning and 1 hour before a meal. Yeah, big pharmaceutical companies. Thumbs down. Hi, Catherine. Good to see you. Wow. Make sure y'all give me a thumbs up before you leave. Okay. In Love with Health says when it came out, aspartame, there were warnings about the damage it causes, but they were squashed. MRIs show it causes brain lesions, and many have been diagnosed with MS, which is like aspartame poisoning. I've never had any problem with it. Hi, plain vanilla grandma. Thank you. Hi, Darby. Welcome, you guys. We're just talking about our food plans and what we should do to make it easier. I don't know, but I think having the right food on hand too helps. Don't because I can't even imagine if I had children and I had to have some goodies in the house. I'd be the one wanting them. Shariana says yes, ma'am. True agriculture and government. Oops, I lost that. And government work together. It's not good. All about politics and making money. It's such a depressing subject. I've been watching the politics for a while, and I hate it. Gigglefishy said, what is good for us and bad for us has changed so many times since I've been alive. You can get Diet Coke with stevia. I've not seen that. Huh. Hi, Donna. Donna said, I don't get Weight Watchers snacks because I am changing one snack addiction. That's what I felt like when I have these snacks. I'm drawn to them, and I don't want to do that. Hi, Ralph. Sit down, relax, take your shoes off, get something to drink. Catherine says that's exactly. I don't buy special snacks that are replacement foods for we shouldn't eat. Well, I'm such a sugar freak that when I looked at the Weight Watcher snacks, it was caramel and chocolate. Yeah, they're small. Anyway, I'm not ordering them anymore. I had papaya last night. I had a half a papaya. It was really nice with lime juice. Gigglefishy says one thing she gave up was sodas. Total waste of calories. I never drink true sugar sodas. Carol, she says, Deb, the only thing changed 1 year was I started drinking a lot of hibiscus tea and my top number blood pressure went down from a high in the 70s to 128. good. That's excellent. Okay, let me read because there's all this important to me, and I'm happy that you're here sharing. Carrie Jo says, my son and daughter in law only feed my grandkids clean food, no junk at all. If I knew what I know now, that's how I would have fed my kids. Yeah, I'm telling you, we were bamboozled to think that, the easier, quickie, yummy, snacky sugar stuff is good. Shariana said that, Deb, those treats or snacks are small, and then you think, well, another one's not going to hurt me. Been there, done that. I've been there. And I'm mad at myself when I do that. Catherine says, the more real whole foods we eat, the better. Anything packaged, I'm weary of. Yeah, they say that the middle of the grocery store we should stay away from and just do the edges. See, Gigglefishy said, I still have my Boston cream donut once a week. Thing is if I have a Boston cream donut on Monday night I want something else, but I'll maybe hold off till Tuesday and then I'll find some other thing I want. And I can't do it. I have to stay away from it. Hibiscus tea. I've never had that. Well, I was telling everybody earlier that Kathy and Mark are heading toward plant-based. That's what they're eating now, plant-based. We saw that show it's on Netflix called um called what's it called? I said it earlier. Oh my gosh. Um oh well. Anyway, they saw a movie on Netflix and it just influenced. I saw it too. It definitely was very interesting. Twin Sparrow said my weight is on Sunday, but I weighed myself every day. My scale hasn't budged since Sunday. Must be the carbs in the oranges I eat now, loaded with carbs. See, that's what I'm doing too, is weighing myself too often. We have to put the scale away once a week. That's it. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Um, just you can't have all the stuff around. So if you have little kids and they've got stuff, it's easy. It's easy to go off. I have berries. I bought raspberries and blueberries, and I bought a whole papaya, and I had one apple today. I'm not a big fruit eater usually, but I'm making myself. Well, no, it wasn't Forks Over Knives, but that's another really good movie too. Shariana said, I'm eating grapes and oranges, and I put my grapes in the freezer for about 15, 20 minutes. They taste like grape slushy. Yeah, Carol, my memory's definitely. I just said the name of this movie earlier in my little chat here. That's another thing. Okay, that's what Gigglefishy just said. She only weighs once a week because if when you weigh yourself every day, you have an influx. Just your water weight. It's not good to weigh every day. Although I want to see the scale go down. Catherine said, "Look, plain vanilla grandma. I look at it this way: we got so much knowledge in our heads, it can only hold so much. So stuff just leaks out to make room for more." Hi, Chloe. Richard. Richard says, hello. Hi, Richard. I like eating Brussels sprouts. I like Brussels sprouts. I don't eat them like candy or anything. In Love with Health said I fed my kids clean above. I told about my son coming to me about it later. Roasted Brussels sprouts are really good. I like them. I like them cooked hard. I like cabbage cooked with onions and in really a long time where it's just browning that and with garlic and salt. Yeah, that like that a lot. And you know what I find too is eating like this because this is my third week. It's you got to really cook. I mean, you got to prepare stuff. Shariana says she only weighs once a week. You weigh yourself in the morning, you weigh less. And Gigglefishy said, I do it on Fridays because it's before the weekend when I'm more likely to eat with others. That's true. And pee first. Catherine's still with the Brussels sprouts, roasting them and then sprinkling them with Parmesan cheese. Yum, yum. What the health? That's one of the ones they just saw. This was about pretty much about athletes and muscle builders, and the ones that are on a plant-based diet do better than the ones that are on meat, which you think that they got to bulk up, but they don't. In Love with Health says, my oldest son stood in my kitchen one day as a young man and said to me, thank you for the way you raised us, because when I wanted to get healthy again, I knew what to do. And your heart melted, of course. Lone Star says some people throw out scales. I didn't have a scale for years and years and years. I just bought one because I didn't want to have to go all the way to the doctor's office to get weighed all the time. I can't prepare all my food for a week ahead because I don't know what I'm going to feel like eating. I can't do that. I can't eat everything the same every day. It just doesn't do it for me. Cinnamon Girl, I don't know if I said hello to you. Hello. Yeah, preparing for a lot of people's hard. Hi, Wayne. How you doing? Hi, Linda. Everybody's different. One person weighs every day, one person never weighs, one person weighs once a week. There's a lot of videos out there really that, you can definitely get schooled. And then I get mad at I say the government because that's, who feeds us all the stuff in the TV and all this that they got us all on. Look at the cigarettes. I mean, think about that. From the 20s to the 50s and 60s, everybody was smoking on TV. It was like a cool thing. And then all of a sudden, oh, by the way, it's going to kill you years later. Yeah, I can't cook a week ahead. I know people do that and then they have their little dinners they pull out and they know what they're going to eat. But I'm, that creative part of me doesn't let me do that. Hi, Saucy. We're having a health chat. Come on in. I know some people aren't interested in this kind of talking, but it's important. If you need it, it's important. Twin Sparrow says, yes, leftovers are great. It makes you stop when full because you get to enjoy it again tomorrow. Well, that's what I'm trying to teach myself is, I don't mind having leftovers, but I don't want the same thing every single night. Gigglefishy says, and I have changed what I do, eating, weighing, type of food, etc., many times over the last few years, whatever works for you, as long as you can sustain it long enough to lose the weight and maintain it. Maintaining it. Yeah, I'd like to get to where I'm maintaining it. First of all, I got to lose it. Cinnamon Girl says keto diet puts a lot of fat cholesterol into the bloodstream, which lines the coronary. The brain's bloodstream also gets affected. And some people live by the keto. I don't know. I just couldn't do it. I enjoyed the idea of being able to eat all the meat and chicken and bacon and pork rinds, but it wasn't good for me. Doreen says I don't meal plan. I don't know what I want to eat from day to day. That's how I am. Like, I just don't. I like to buy a bunch of really good food now. And like tonight I had smoked salmon um, smeared with the diet 9 grain toast, which is very low, like 45 calories, cream cheese, some sweet onion, and some salmon and capers, and that was dinner. Plain vanilla grandma says homemade soups have veggies with them, lower points with Weight Watchers. I love soups. I need to like soup more, actually. Dame the first said I lost 30 pounds twice on low carb. Right now I eat what I want, but try not to go nuts. Not everybody is compulsive, you know, addiction. Like, not everybody has the compulsiveness like some of us. That's why it's good that you can do that. Well, I have avocado too. I just chose the cream cheese because that goes to me, that goes with smoked salmon. The Jewish in me. I can't, I just, avocado and smoked salmon. I mean, I'm sure it's good, but that's not what I was like craving. But I do take the toast, the 9 grain toast, and I smear avocado, mashed avocado on it a lot until I run out. Catherine says broccoli steamed, braised with a bit of avocado oil. Yep, that's easy enough. I had broccoli last night, and I do use avocado oil, but I'm not a soup like I don't make lots of soup. Yeah, I know. Cream cheese is a hard thing to let go. I've been really limiting it, counting every little piece, but um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not perfect. Saucy says tonight I made garbage, garbage stew. Put everything but the kitchen sink in it, right? And I bet it tasted good. That's true, cinnamon girls. Potatoes are good for you and will not make you fat. It's what you put on your potatoes that make you fat. Really what I put on potatoes, I don't even eat potatoes that much. My main overindulgence is sugar, or was sugar, because it's not right now, and portion control. Because I can eat a lot. I mean, I think when I watch sometimes people eat and they just get a little bowl of food, just a little bowl of food. They scoop a couple scoopies, and that's dinner. I want to be like that. I want to be able to just take a little bit and feel full. You lost your craving after a while for cheese. Yeah, even Kathy and Mark, they're giving up cheese and, along with everything. Sweet potatoes are really good, Carrie. You're right. Chloe hates sweet potatoes. Well, then you just don't know what you're missing. Saucy says ham, chicken, zucchini, mushrooms, onions, green peppers, red peppers, roasted garlic, cauliflower, cabbage, and spinach. That's a nice hearty dinner. Nice soup. I love the roasted garlic. That's true, Catherine. She said roasted garlic head in the oven with a squeeze of cloves, or well, she says cloves. I don't use cloves. I know it does take time. Cinnamon Girl said it takes time. Eating habits are a learned behavior. That's right. Richard said our eyes are bigger than our stomach. That's the thing. If I could share food, I probably wouldn't have gained the last 20 pounds. But when I'm here alone and there's not much happening, and I made enough for two people, and I wind up eating too much. And now I'm not doing it. I'm on Weight Watchers. I've been really aware of the portions. But we're not having those big family gatherings because that was woof. We used to eat so much at those, and everybody brings such fattening things. But anyway, it does take time to be healthy. It's real easy to just, go to a fast food place quick or make a sandwich fast when you want to steam some vegetables and do it the right way. Does anybody like quinoa? Bye, Saucy. Quinoa is really good. I haven't had it in a long time. Yes, Catherine. Listen to Catherine. She says thumbs up. Cinnamon Girl said she's severely allergic to quinoa. Really? Quinoa's pretty good though. It's supposed to be. I think when we first found quinoa, which is a while ago, but we read about it. It's like one of the highest proteins, and it's pretty good. See, In Love with Health says she's been eating quinoa for over 35 years, long before it's famous. Yeah, if you've never tried quinoa, you can buy it. You can buy it at the store, and you make it like you would rice, pretty much. You have to wash it off really good. Yeah, and that's right. It's a seed. It's not a grain. So you get quinoa looks like little seeds, and you rinse them off really good unless they've been rinsed. But most of the time you rinse them, and then you cook them like you would rice, and it gets fluffy, and they're delicious. But it's different. But it's like a seed instead of eating a potato or rice. It's bland, but you can make it like if you're doing a chicken and you have the gravy of the roasted chicken, you can put that on it. Quinoa. Well, that's interesting too. Okay, so In Love with Health says rice takes 40 to 50 minutes to cook, and quinoa takes 12 to 15 minutes. But I've got a pressure cooker, so I can even cook it faster. But I remember the first time I saw quinoa, I was at an arts and crafts show, and these ladies made seasoned oil, but they would give out like samples, and she had like quinoa with mushrooms and I don't know what you put in there, celery and carrots and a little bit of her seasoned oil. And I remember eating it, and I thought at first I thought, oh no, I don't like it. But then as I tried it again, it got better and better. Now I like it. In Love with Health says she uses quinoa instead of couscous in your tabbouleh recipes. I love tabbouleh. Stony says, I love pressure cooker fried chicken. I've never done the pressure cooker fried chicken. I have done my air fryer chicken, and it's good. That's okay. Hi, Think Agape. Cinnamon Girl says, brown rice is good for us and not fattening. Grains are good as long as they are whole grains. Hi, Linda. She said I thought it was a nut base. It's a seed. But they're interesting because when you look it up, like Google, if you Google quinoa, it'll tell you about the ancient days that they ate quinoa for their warriors to be strong and healthy. If you can't pronounce it, you need to learn to pronounce it. That's right. In Love with Health says then that would save you from most of the packaged foods with all that food in there that we don't know what it is. I don't think quinoa is related to maize. Why would it be related if it's a seed? Yep, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. We've been told now to don't even go in the middle of the grocery store. Just go around the edges and the freezer department. Maize is the corn, but quinoa's not corn. But I can't look it up. So I eat tofu, but I haven't had it in a long time. But that can be tasty. You have to flavor it up. Shariana says if you do a paleo diet, caveman only ate fruits and vegetables in the summer. During the winters when they ate meat. Yes, Richard, that's true. He says chia seeds. We were just talking about making pudding with. Is it called kia? Something doesn't sound right about that. Chia seeds. Thank you, Cinnamon Girl. Yeah, it's chia, chia seeds. You're supposed to be able to take chia seeds and with almond milk and maybe fruits or whatever you want, and you can flavor it and put it in there. Makes like a pudding. It thickens up. Yes, Giggle Fishy's on a roll, and we're not talking an onion roll either. Mama chia, chia. Cinnamon Girl says quinoa and corn have similar shells that protect them. What are they protected from? Us mean people that are going to eat them? Just joking. Just joking. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm going to have to get some quinoa. Catherine says she's talking only to Twin Sparrow. Everyone turn your face. The soy China grows has grown for 20 years. It proved to be dangerous. It was used in baby formula there, and it killed at least 24 children. I got a question. Hey, Lone Star said, how long were you a DJ? Not long. I went to DJ school for it was one of those, how long did it take? About 10 months? And then they intern you somewhere. And I was into it for maybe like 3 years the most. It didn't pay, actually. Soy, Stony says soy almost killed my manhood. Oh my goodness. Yes, Richard, Walmart sells quinoa. Yep, and just follow the directions. It's tasty. You have to make it like rice. You have to put some flavor to it. But anything can be, sautéed onions or You can put it, like I said, if you have a gravy that you're using. Um, Twin says a radio talk show would suit you. I think so too. Now that I mean, I didn't do that. I didn't do that kind of radio. But what I did do was commercials. I would write the commercials and do voiceovers that I enjoyed. Really, Catherine? She says she thinks I should do a podcast on iTunes. That's wild. Poor China. They're really screwed up right now, aren't they? I have the voice for NPR. NPR? Am I just not getting it? What's NPR stand for? Sound effects. Uh, all things considered. National Public Radio. Oh, you're listening to WWWW. That's what I'm going to do, Catherine. I'm going to do some chia pudding. Just the idea that I love pudding, so I can flavor it up. In Love with Health says morning quinoa is you cook it with raisins, then serve with chopped nuts and blueberries and almond milk. Well, that sounds very nice. I like oatmeal, and I love I have pecans, so I can chop up some pecans and raisins. I don't know how to get a job on National Public Radio. No, chia seeds don't have a flavor. It's a texture because they blow up a little bit, and it's like strawberry seeds, kind of. And then you put flavor on it, like strawberries or some stevia, some cocoa. Giggle fishy. Okay, I'm gonna miss all this. Carrie Joe says years ago I took a very lengthy career test for college. Top career. It said I should have a radio was to have should have was a radio DJ. I can't read. Sorry. Gigglefishy said, although you should also do Prairie Home Companion play and sing too. Don't know what that is. In Love with Health says you grind half of the seeds in your coffee grinder before making the pudding, Debs, so you release the good fats. Okay. Well, when I did voiceovers, Lone Star, I was working at a station in Clearwater, Florida, WTAN, and it was such a small time channel that I didn't make any money. I think oatmeal's carbs, but I think it's a healthy carb, as long as you only have a cup of it. I love Howard Stern. Haven't heard from him in a long time. I used to get it on XM, but then it cost more, so I let that go. I don't know Prairie Home Companion. Never heard of it. Yeah, Richard C. In Love with Health says good carbs that are balanced with high fiber. Fiber, fiber. Hi, Judy. How you doing? How's Seattle tonight? Gigglefish, she's funny. She said I took a career test, said I should stay home and away from people. Cinnamon Girl said my career test said I would be bet in music or ministry, became a commercial artist and teacher. Bada bum. Bada bing, bada bang. 64 people in our little chat party. 30 thumbs up. I'm hoping to at least do 50 thumbs up. In Love with Health says, I have been slow to start one. She's talking about getting a channel. But you can see a fun video I did on this if you go to In Love with Health. I look funny. I look different when I'm looking at the laptop at myself. My lipstick looks so dull. But on here, on my cell phone camera, it looks bright. Thanks, Shariana. Gigglefishy said, are there any older people here who wish they were younger so they could start a new career? No. I would have liked to had gotten like a degree and been a teacher, an art teacher, but I didn't know I was going to want to do that when I was a kid. What color is my lipstick? It's this one. It's pink. Using pink today. Thanks, Catherine. Yeah. Hi, Chip. Are you chilling and listening? Really? Gecko says she wishes she could go back to school and become a surgeon so I could help people. It's raining in Seattle. I missed it, but gee, how weird it rains in Washington. Me too, Pat. Pat says she's so thankful to be retired from the rat race. I don't want to work for anybody anymore. Shariana said I would love to meet someone that likes to drive and I can sit in the passenger seat with my toes on the dash in charge of the music. Thanks. The name of this is it's LA Colors. It's matte. And I don't know what color it is. Let's see if I can see it here. I think it's number 466. Tantalize. That's what it's called. Tantalize. Am I tantalizing you guys? I would like to find somebody that would like to travel too. All right, let's see here. I missed something. Oh my goodness. Linda, hi Linda. She says we need lots of fiber. That's why oatmeal is good for us. I don't do that much oatmeal, but you know, when I get in the mood for it once in a while. Thank you, Cinnamon Girl. Chloe asks, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? As long as I had money in my pocket once I got there, I probably would go to Europe. Where in Europe? England, Ireland, Scotland, Amsterdam. I don't know. Anywhere. We should all go and do a road trip, huh, Shariana? Who's going to drive? Richard said he'd go to the Bahamas. I've been there. They're nice. So, almost anywhere but Iceland. That's what Lone Star said. I'd like to go to Hawaii and Maui and all that. There's so many places I'd like to see. But money, 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 money. Next, this coming Lollapalooza, I'm going to try to see if I can somehow get there. I like Ohio, but I can understand you wanting to leave Ohio because anywhere gets kind of tiring after a while. Judy says the RTR does not look too much fun this year. Look fun this year. Yeah, it looks like it was not a good idea to move it to some place where you have to like drive over to it. That's the part of it that really was good was that everybody was camping and you didn't have to drive once you got there. Gail says she'll drive. She likes to drive. But I've seen a couple of videos. It looked like it just didn't have the crowds because again, being a camper, if you're camping somewhere, you get yourself comfortable and you set your camp up, and then you have to leave and pack your camp up to go 20 miles to a gathering of the RTR, which to me, um, this doesn't sound like fun. Chloe says sometimes it's nice to just stay home. I can get stressed out every now and then when we go on big trips. Shariana, Gail, Shariana. Yeah, I've been wanting a road trip myself. I think you guys have heard me. I I would love to go to like the desert and Quartzsite and just for a few days to say hello to the people that I watch their videos. But as far as that kind of camping, I don't know. I'm going to plan a trip in March. I'm going to go to Austin, I think. That's what's wrong with the RTR, Richard, is that it's at the fairgrounds. And when people are with their motorhomes and their vans and they're all set up camped somewhere in the desert, they don't want to have to undo everything just to go to the RTR. In Love with Health says, I'm if driving 20 miles to the event every day, might as well stay in a hotel. I know. I know that's the big complaint. And we're talking RTR, Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. So you don't want to go to the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous and stay at a hotel. You want to go in your camper, your motorhome, your trailer, your pop-up, whatever. And you don't want to have to undo your camp because the camp can get very comfortable. And then, to go somewhere, then you have to ask someone to go with them, and then you're not in your own vehicle. Chloe said, I'd love to go skiing again. I miss the feeling of the snow hitting my face. I don't know, Judy. She asked if anyone knows if they're charging money to go to the seminars at the RTR. I don't think so, but I don't know. They might be. I think they might charge. I don't know. So, Shariana, your son is going to boot camp Monday. That must be tough on you. No kids, no husband, so you have time you could go do something. I wish I could go to Vegas Memorial Day weekend. That would be so much fun. Lone Star said they're asking $5 a person this year to go to the RTR. Well, I wish them all success. That's for sure. It's not for everybody. But I would like to attend one time, you know. I'm hoping to. I'd love to get a van. I've been wanting to get a van for a few years now. Catherine said it wasn't him. People were drawn to the RTR itself. Numbers are way, way down. Everyone is at the part TR or the schoolie meetup. Vegas would definitely be fun. I wouldn't want to live on the road either. Not really. I need my home base. I'm sure there's plenty of parking for day visitors at the fairgrounds. But the point that I've made over and over is that people don't want to unpack everything that they've relaxed and made a camp to go to the seminars about camping. I don't have opinions on your generation, Chloe. Sorry. I, I don't really know what to say. It's a mixed up kind of time in life. I mean, teenagers, I don't know. I don't have a point. Go to school, save money, get a career. That's all I can think of. Right, taking a class C and then having to like unpack it. Anyway, Lone Star says, "Giggle. This woman rented a U-Haul van and stayed in it and paid $19.99 a day. I wouldn't want to be in a U-Haul without any windows, no fan. That's pretty. That's just not for me. Let's put it that way." She said, he said, where did you see it, Lone Star? She says it was neat the way she set it up. Okay. I would like to get a high top van. I know they're too much money, but that's really what I'd love. Chip says, I usually have to close the store Fridays and miss Debs. Being a supermarket manager is a tough job. Just a few more years, thank goodness, then maybe I can RV somewhere, anywhere. Yeah, it's tough when you have a full-time job, especially when you're in that working age group. You know, I'm kind of glad that I'm, even though I would rather be young than old, but I'm glad I don't have to do that. Kathy and I worked every weekend at a craft show. We were always on the road, and then, just it was a lot of work. Thanks, Catherine. I don't know. I don't feel like I want it to be fast, but it's not going to be fast. I'm just going to take it a day at a time. I wonder what happened to Dandy Dan. He certainly hasn't been around. Has anyone seen Dan anywhere? In Love with Health says, I have my trailer and my truck, but I am stationary so far, kind of scared to hit the road. How big is your trailer? Yeah, Shariana said, I have a 29-foot Class C that I love, but I wish I had gotten a van or a small bus. Yeah, I don't want anything too big when I'm traveling, by myself. Hi, Faye. Good to see you. We're just talking all kinds of subjects now, really. I'm sure he's out there somewhere. But he used to come on to all my live chats, and now I don't see him. I watched the Bob Wells live when he was live from the RTR, and it didn't look very busy. 26 foot, my haven with two kids, two fur kids. Yeah, I think my dogs can go with anything small. They're easy to adjust. No, it's not convenient for people, Richard. Being at the fairgrounds, which is like what, 25 miles from courtside, it just doesn't make sense to me. In Love with Health said, I have a beautiful eagle, saved me from homelessness after my husband died, and we let the house go. I am blessed. Oh, yes, definitely. Doreen says she'd like to do some RVing. Yeah, I think it really, people always get a really big, long RV. The first time they buy one, they always buy the long, big one. But what I learned from being in this 27-foot travel trailer, that's way too big to travel like lightly, like here and there, it'd be okay to move this somewhere and drive somewhere and then move it and park it. But the kind of camping that I want to do would be a high top van or a small bus where you can park anywhere. Want to talk dating? I don't date. Yeah, I don't know about dating these days. You get to a certain age. Now, where I live, and there's nobody to date within probably an hour to 2 hours away from me. If I go camping, if in the future I can do that, just even a few weeks at a time here and there, I'd like to be in a caravan of friends. Doreen says in the early 80s, my husband and I lived in a 20-foot camper for a few years. Well, then you know all about it. 20 feet is about between like small up to about 25 foot is all, and that's 25 feet is too big for me. That's how I would like to do it, Sherry, on a caravan with a few friends. We all have our space, but we all are together so that we can enjoy each other's company, but still you have your own space. Cinnamon Girl's funny. Yeah. Remember that song, I met my old lover in the grocery store? Dan Fogelberg. Well, I like my trailer. I'm comfortable here, but I don't want to move it. It was too big. I felt like I just couldn't just pull over anywhere, and it's not like a van, especially a nice high top van. You can go anywhere, and you don't have feel like you're not going to make it up a mountain, or you could pull off on the side of the road for a view. Camping in a group is the way to go, I think. Unless you're in love with someone and the two of you are, camping out, that's nice too. In Love with Houses, where I am now at some friend's property, I have a bathroom and shower in a shop building so I don't have to hook up to water. Well, I'm on Kathy and Mark's property, and when I got here, I got a hookup for water, sewer, and electric. Cost, I had to pay for it. And it was cheap because we knew the people around here to do it, but it still cost me money. Class C is a gal says Class C is a mistake for a solo lady, a female, I mean. Hi, Scott, back. Welcome back. Yeah, if you're in love with someone and you're camping, you don't need to be with anybody. But if you're a female or a male, and you're by yourself, I like my space, but I wouldn't want to share like a itty bitty space with someone. That would be too much. Linda says we are on a 7-month trip in a 28-foot camper. Hubby doesn't mind driving it from Michigan to California. Got to see 3 little great granddaughters for the first time. You're so lucky that you have your husband to do this to do that with. I really wanted to do that with my husband. It is hard. The big trailers and motorhomes and Class C's are hard for one person. It is nice, Linda. I'm really happy for you that you get to do that. That's what I would like to have done with Mark, my husband. That was our plan, but it didn't work out. Shariana said, Debs, I've slept with my dogs for 9 years. I don't even know if I could sleep in the bed with a man because I'm not kicking my dogs. Sorry, it goes fast. I'm not kicking my dogs out. Yeah, I'm not kicking my dogs out either. Oh, man. Cinema Girl said, I bought a new van and converted it the way I wanted it. I like my little van. In Love with Health said, I want love and passion in my life. I am trusting the universe. How can I ask you your age? In love with health. I'm just curious. Welcome back, Think a Copy. Well, I hope you enjoy listening. So you guys like when I read out some of the comments out loud? Well, I'm sorry, devotee. He said he just, you're sad because you had to unsubscribe from someone who was my favorite YouTuber of 9 whole years. He lost his touch and failed on promises. Okay. That's a sad thing. I'm sure the person, no one can live up to your expectations. Never think that someone's perfect because they're not. Gigglefishy said, I went on a 2-week road trip with my best male friend in the 90s, known each other for pretty much all our lives in a cargo van and had to take a break from each other after that. He promised content and live streams for paid subs. It blows having to call someone out for it. Oh, he promised that he would do like private live streams with his Patreons. Is that what you meant? Cinema Girl said, I dated a man that didn't like my pets. No more dating. 63. Oh, and you want passion in your life. Good for you. I would love passion in my life, but I don't think it's there anymore. Thank you, Shariana. She said she likes the way I do lives. Well, I appreciate it. He was a real dog, huh, Lone Star? Okay, so Scott Devotee says, oh no, what made me mad was he advertised a paid monthly subscription on his YouTube channel. Gigglefishy said, you don't really know somebody till you travel with them. Faye's got a 20-footer. That's perfect size. In Love with Health says, Debs, change your talk to the universe. It is there. You are amazing. Well, thank you. Devotee says, and I'm really sad because he and I were close friends too. Like he knows how much I loved and appreciated his channel. Oh, he's a gamer guy, I guess. Gail says that her class C, I think it is, 23 foot, too long for her. And that's not very long, but I can relate to having something too much to carry around. I don't mind traveling with somebody else. I like to travel. I mean, I wanted to travel, you know, with Craig for a while until, but he's not able at this time, and so we've held off for over a year. Cinnamon Girl said I pulled up to a Class C at a light today, and it was big compared to me in my van. Well, I don't know why you have to get into a fight with somebody. Don't go with anyone you don't know well enough, because that's scary to be away from home and have an argument with somebody that you're traveling with. That'd be awful. Kathy and I traveled together. We had a great time. My husband and I traveled in the vehicles too. I could be with him 24/7. It wouldn't have bothered me. Oh, you guys are funny. Oh no, I knew all these people well. Cinnamon Girl said, I don't argue, I carefully move away. Yeah, I mean, but if you're traveling, one time I was with this guy who was very abusive, and we were traveling, and that it turned into be a fiasco. I could not wait till I was back safe without him. And that's a story in itself. Someday I'll tell it. Yep. Yes, in love with health says I love my living space. I'm actually thinking of keeping the trailer stationary and getting a little something to travel in. That's what I'm doing. I'm leaving this. This is its home base. This is where my trailer lives. And then I would like to trade my truck in, I think, for a new I'd like to get a new van, but my payments would be too high. Linda said hubby just turned 72. I'm almost 71. He likes to go hiking. I hate it, but only go if the trail doesn't have high hills, and only go 2 miles total. Well, that's a nice walk. For me, that would be all I could do too. And I'd be tired. Oh, I'm sorry, Cinnamon Girl. She said I was married to a sweetheart until last year. Talk about Jekyll and Hyde. Yelling and arguing makes me nervous. Yeah, what would make him change like that? Gigglefish, he said, I would like just a small cargo van, maybe a ProMaster City or Ford Transit Connect. And you put a bed, stove, bucket in the back and go anywhere. Good gas mileage. Hi, Mig. How you doing, Mig Toe? We're just talking about all kinds of stuff, actually. It's almost like you're driving down the road on a conversation, and we go like this way for a while. And now we're back over here talking about the RTR too. You know what though, and that's good. It's good that you're not being treated badly, Cinnamon, because really we tell someone how they can treat us. That's the thing. Glad to hear you're doing good. A lot of people don't stand up for themselves, and then they get into this, where someone's putting them down and not treating them good, and they stay with them. I don't want to stay with anyone that's not treating me like a princess. Right, Migto says it there. We allow people to treat us. Exactly. And I'm glad you're not with that guy because he's not worth you. No, that's awful, Linda. She said my friend's husband became mean and abusive when dementia set in. Oh, that would be awful. I'm so blessed that I don't have that to deal with. Well, I'm glad you're not with that person. If they're abusive to you, you shouldn't be with them. Right. Listen to Migto. He says don't allow anyone to treat you poorly. They treat you poorly, then show them the door. Be strong. But a lot of us take a lot of crap before we leave. But that's how you learn that you're not supposed to do that. Seattle Judy said I went through what I don't want. If somebody comes along my expectations are high. Well, mine are too. Linda said my husband learned how to be a good husband from my dad. Certainly not his dad. Gail says, okay, time to swerve. That's right. Now we're going to move over here. Now, you can only take so much and then you have to like save your butt. But, but. Hello, Zofree VIP. Did I say that right? Zofree? Yep. So anyway, it's Friday night and it's the weekend, and not that it matters to me, but a lot of people work hard, so the weekend's the weekend. I had my breakfast out at Bud's today because family owned Bud's restaurant here in town, and I only have to pay a half of it, so it was like, well, $5 with the tip, which is cheap. Think Agape says, Deb, you might be able to find a used van or small bus on Facebook Marketplace. I found one the other day, 2,000 with a 70,000 miles for only 3,000. That's a good deal. I am doing very well here. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well too. I had a really good dad. So when I'm with someone, my dad treated my mother and his two daughters, so well that I had a good example, and I wouldn't want anyone that didn't treat me like that. I just hate trading in my husband's truck because I know it's in good shape. I know it's had every oil change on time and stuff. And then you trade it in for a used vehicle and you don't know what headaches that person are trying to get rid of. And that scares me. But I'd like to get a van that's like 1 or 2 years old. I wouldn't want a real old van. Because then I'd be scared to drive it by myself out there. Whereas a nice new one, I would feel pretty good. A short bus is something also that I would consider. I know Gigglefish said don't trade the truck in if you don't have to. A sidecar truck. I don't know what that is. You can't put a truck camper on the back of a Chevy Avalanche. It's just the way they're built. So that I know people have always said that. Side door. Oh. Yeah, yeah, the Chevy Avalanche is a beautiful truck and it's really very nice. It has all the bells and whistles, but you can't put a camper. There's no camper on the back. Oh, I don't know exactly. I know that it's got, if you look at the Chevy Avalanche, the way they're built, they don't have, you can't put a big old camper on the back. This doesn't work. Any other truck you can, of course. Because if that was the case, believe me, I would have gotten a truck camper by now. I was talking with Craig. He's talking about getting a small trailer and pulling a tiny trailer on the back of my truck, which I could do. Something like a 16 to 18-foot trailer would be okay for me to pull. But the good thing about a van is it's stealth. Like nobody knows whether you crawled into the back and slept in your bed in the back of the van for a couple nights. No one knows that. Whereas a trailer, again, you have to park it somewhere. You can't just, you know what I mean? It's different. Yeah, right, Sophie, whatever. I think I've seen those side door trucks. Yeah, it's pretty big, isn't it? How big is it? Judy said the bed of your truck bed, Deb, is the size of a truck trunk. Yeah, I've not seen any Chevy Avalanches with campers. Not that big. Yeah, I would I would want to do that as a second vehicle. I'd rather keep my truck if I had to, some sort of box truck kind of thing. But I can't afford it because I don't have the money that I'd have to use my truck, sell it or something for the money wise to get something else. Hello, Deborah. Good to see you. Welcome. But anyway, that's something I'm thinking of definitely this year is trying to see if I could afford a car payment. I really sort of spoiled because I don't really pay any payments. Class Bs are expensive too. Gail said exactly. Stealth is the way to be, especially for those of us who are always out here and have no home base. So frustrating trying to find a safe, discreet place to park every night in a Class C or A. I know, don't do payments. I don't want to get into payments. I really don't. Hi, Michelle. You know what? I live debt free too, Mig. I don't, the only thing I pay is insurance, the medical health insurance, um, my dish network here, of course, electric and water, but I don't have like any credit card debt at all. Well, I know I don't really want to do that at all. Living debt free has been great. I just really would like, I would like a way to be able to camp out. Judy said, I think I told you I have a Chevy Astro high top camper. Great gas mileage, very comfortable. Yeah, you're lucky to have that. I would love that. That's what I'd like. I'd like to find a high top van that really runs good, and then Mark could help me put a bed in and do some of the camping part. Oh, I wouldn't, Cinnamon Girl, I would never do another fundraising type of thing here. I got hell for it when I did it. Judy said renting an RV is the way to go. You don't have to store and maintain it. I know, but Judy, I've looked up how much it costs. It's like $150 minimum a night to rent. That's expensive. That's a good thing. Linda said we only can afford to travel because we are debt free. Sold our big house and bought a very small house. That's great, Migto said. I'm 48, mortgage and debt free with a 6-figure bank account. Well, good for you. You're doing good. So that's great. Excellent. I'm with you on that one, Giggle Fishy. She says she's 64 and debt free with a 6-figure, with a 2-figure bank account. Shariana said, I want to do a couple of riches. I want to do a couple of riches in my Class C. Probably sell it and get a van or a small school bus. Road trip. That's what I thought you meant. The microphones don't work that good. Yeah, Scott says he's 50K in debt. And you're only 26. Chloe's, I'm 16. I have a couple pennies and a couple dogs. I know voice text doesn't like me much either. I use it all the time. Judy said when she retires in September, I will be traveling for sure. This girl's pooped out. You deserve it, and it'll be fun. I think a van's the best way to go. And I'm not sure how I'm going to get that van yet. It'd be nice to I would like to be able to keep my truck just because it's a really good vehicle. But I don't think that's going to be what I can do. I don't want to live in a van. That's too small. 26 years old, and Scott, you got a long ways to go, so get used to paying rent. I don't know how good it is for 20-year-olds to live in a van and travel all the time. I mean, how are you going to set yourself up? That's the way I think so too. For women, I think the vans are the best way to go so you don't have to get to drive away if there's a bad situation. That's what I think about. It's nice to be able to just like go to the driver's seat, start the engine and go. Gail said, how high could go with the RV park, but they want like $700 or $800 a month. And the worst part is you're sitting idle in one spot. Well, that's a lot of money a month. Where's those parks? When I was in Alabama and Florida, I could get a place for $20 a night. Mig Toe said he bought his house at 27. Good for you, Mig. You got something going on there. You're on the ball. Oh, Scott. Don't talk like that. Cinnamon Girl said when I had my van converted, I wanted the slide door to open on the driver's side and not the passenger side like most. All of us have such different opinions and ideas. A lot of us have similar ones. Yeah, Make Toe's doing great. Not all of us have, that kind of money coming in, but I'm comfortable, thank God. Think Agape says, curious what kind of jobs everyone does. Carrie says $20 a night is $600 a month. I know, but when I was in Florida and in Alabama, you could get a monthly RV spot, a nice place for like three to 400 a month, and that was a nice spot. Hi Donna, how are you, Donna? I met Donna at the RV park in Alabama. As a matter of fact, around here they're 800 a month. Where's around here again? Is that Florida? Mig says, I was a pressure vessel welder for 26 years, all pensionable time. Well, that worked out. Cinema Girl said, here in Florida, I camp at state parks with full hookups for 18 to 28 a day. Shariana says she's a finisher in a cabinet shop. Oh, you're in the Seattle area? That's 800 a month, huh? That's too much for an RV park. Linda said, I was a registered nurse and I'm lucky to have a pension, which is no longer available. Scott said, I was a chef at a private school's dining hall and it was fun, but I left. Cinema Girl said, I am a retired commercial photographer and teacher, but have a small business too. Sounds interesting. Let's see. Shariana said, I work with all types of wood, hard and soft. That is a pun intended. I bet. Gigglefishy was a paralegal. Yeah, we're all kinds of people all joining together here. Chloe says, one of my friends just sold her house and now they're living with their grandpa in a small 3-bedroom house. There is 15 people living together. That's too much. That's too much for me. I'm glad I live alone. I even like mobile homes because, I'd rather live in a mobile home or a travel trailer than live in an apartment building. I hate apartment buildings. Okay. A photographer, in love with health as a photographer. Okay. Gal says people flock to Florida between November and May and they jack the prices up. And you're lucky if you can find a spot if you already live there on off season. Then they jack up. Yeah, when I lived in the first place I ever took my trailer was in Palm Harbor, Florida, and they charged, I believe it was like $525 a month. But as soon as November hit, it was going to go up to $900 a month. And that's 4 years ago. Budget travel guy. Hello. Decided with often more than job. Already worked a lifetime, so I am now going to travel and do what I want for a while. I don't blame you. That's the way to do it. Seattle said, I'm a manager of an apartment that residents are former homeless, mentally challenged. That's a big job. Shariana said, Debs, I like the idea of jumping behind the wheel and just driving here, driving there, sightseeing. Me too. Me too. Well, I take my truck, but I'll stay at Airbnbs, and because I can't sleep in the truck, I just can't. Especially certain times of year, especially. I wouldn't even want to though. But I do travel. Airbnbs aren't too expensive. Think Agape says, thanks for sharing. I was an art teacher, radio DJ, and own my own DJ company. Can't work now, waiting on my disability. So we're all different kinds of all different kinds of careers in here. People are making a lot of money from what, Fiverr? What? How do you know that? What's a film girl do? Film before digital. In Love with Health says, have you noticed how many artists and art teachers are drawn to you, Debs? I hope so. I'm drawn back to them. I have always been that kind of, creative person. I love DJing too. It's just that there was no money to be made when I was doing it, and you worked every Sunday, every holiday. You were like the peon because you're new. Welding is an art. Yeah, it is an art. Exactly. Just like surgery. Your surgeon's an artist. If they better be a good artist. Gigglefishy says there is an author named Jasper Ford who I love. He has never used digital, always film and almost all black and white, and he takes great pictures, mostly in Wales, where he lives. Thank you, Shariana. I won't read it because I don't want to sound. I don't want to read it. Deb's voiceovers are popular fibers. I wouldn't even know how to do that kind of thing. That's interesting, though. I've seen Fiverr where you can hire someone to do stuff. Well, this has been fun. I'm sorry, I'm just reading. Big Toe said I've become sensitized to welding and I have developed an allergy, so now I'm doing a career change. What are you going to do next? Linda said we camp usually in national park campgrounds out west that we get for $10 a night because we have a senior pass. Paid a bit more in Texas, even with a Texan pass, 15 a night in Orange County. There's places all over Texas that are free. Right behind my house, you can stay 3 nights free, and then it's $10 a night. And in Haskell, the next town over, they've got free camping. Most of the towns have places to park for temporary. Well, this has been an interesting interesting chat. I mean, we went from health, diet, and food, and to careers, to dreaming about camping and RTR talk. It's been fun. Um, well, is it that time? Artsy people hang together. That's right. Artsy fartsy. I'm wearing one of my pretty necklaces that I made for myself. I really appreciate having these talks with everybody, and it's fun. And please give me a thumbs up if you haven't. Ooh, my goodness, my cell phone is ready to die. Hold on a minute. I gotta plug it in. It was at 15%. Oops. Thank you, Cinnamon Girl. Actually, somebody sent me that. Really pretty. I can't remember. I have a terrible time with names. But when they sent that to me for makings, I decided to make it for myself. Chloe, nice to see you again, darling. I really appreciate you coming in. Thank you, Meg. It's a really pretty one. Here, I'll show it close up because it's one of a kind. I used a lot of interesting crystals and real pretty. Some garnet. Those are garnets. And then that's like a piece of glass with like a flower. Thank you, Lone Star. I do have some stuff on Etsy in case you guys are interested in looking. I'll put the link below. And I do appreciate y'all coming in tonight, and I'll see you on Sunday. And we'll talk then. Thanks again for dropping in. Big Toe, I didn't know you were a pastry chef. Woo. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you guys are a doll. I love you all very much. You're my favorite peeps. See you soon. Good night, honey. Good night, everyone.